Hey Aries, today is June 12th. I'm here to do your reading for the week. I'm going to start off with a little bit of the astrology, so I will timestamp it if you want to go straight to the tarot. So on Monday, Mercury goes into Gemini, back into Gemini. So you may notice that your thinking gets a little bit more kind of scatterbrained, or certainly more energetic, less concrete and perhaps judgmental than it has been with Mercury in Taurus. And then on Tuesday, we have a really nice full moon in Sagittarius. The sabian for that degree is a bluebird standing at the door of the house. Now, obviously, birds are harbingers. Bluebird is considered to be good luck. And this full moon sextile Saturn, which is nice. So it's like if you've got good karma coming to you, it's going to come. And squares Neptune, which means that it's about overcoming or choosing a different path than illusions, escapism. Really, like, fortune comes to the people who face their challenges. Let's put it that way. Then on Wednesday, we have Venus conjunct the North Node, which is very nice energy. And we had just this past Saturday, there was Venus conjunct Uranus, and I got phone calls from people that they had gotten like surprise dream jobs out of nowhere. I met the love of my life kind of thing. And this Venus conjunct North Node means that it's possible that anything you heard about or anything that happened, Venus is really working towards your destiny right now. And that's going to reach an apex on Wednesday. Now, at the same time, we also have Mars, our ruling planet in Aries, conjunct Chiron. And so this is taking action around healing. It may also be sort of like poking a bear or sticking a finger in the wound kind of thing so that it can come up in order for it to be healed. But that happens also two days this week. Then on Thursday, the sun squares Neptune. That is like not seeing things clearly, illusion, people lying to you, you lying to people. And then over the weekend, next weekend, Saturday, June 18th, Venus squares Saturn. And that's not a pleasant energy. That is not being able to get what we want, right? Or like receiving something that we feel is inadequate, or being afraid to ask for what we want and what we need and what we feel like we deserve. And so that will last for the weekend. So, if you have suddenly like relationship, everything's going great, and then you have these terrible relationship problems over the weekend, that's kind of why. That said, let's get to the cards. Can I get the overall energy for Aries, week of June 12th, 2022? Okay, wisdom, right? So that's that Sagittarian full moon, really overcoming the petty stuff, overcoming, like I said, the illusions, being willing to look something in the face. And that's also that Mars conjunct Chiron. It's like, I'm willing to own up to this. I'm willing to face it so that I can overcome it and heal from it now and really turn this experience into a learning opportunity. Which is what Sagittarius is all about, right? Higher wisdom, big picture knowledge. And here's a bird too at the top, right? The dove kind of bringing peace. So, if you've had like a conflict with somebody over these last couple of weeks, you might both find that it's time to act like grown-ups and squash it. Or you might agree that it's time to act like grown-ups and walk away from it. Either way, there's a sense of wisdom and learning from experience that brings you a sense of peace. Can I get the challenge energy, please, for Aries? Challenge energy for Aries, week of June 12th. Okay, 5 of Pentacles. Feeling like the outsider. Feeling like you've been kicked out of something, or that life is always, greener on the other side. And this is, this is where these two kind of come into play. It's like, is that really what's happening? Or this is the illusions, right? This is the Neptune painting that, and where you can feel it's like, actually things are going really well, but for some reason I still feel like this. And so it's about, you know, facing your perceptions, facing your projections, and saying, is this really what's happening? Or is there something bigger going on here? Right? So that you don't fall into this sort of sense of life is great for everybody except for me. Now, I have some new decks that I'm very excited about. This one is the Sacred Destiny from Denise Lynn. So I'm going to use this for our lesson for the week. Okay, can I get the lesson for Aries for the week of June 12th? They're new cards, so they don't fall as easily. I was shuffling them all weekend. It takes a while for them to come out, so I may have to pull one. Overall energy for, or lesson, sorry, for Aries week of June 12th. There we go. Okay, and there's another bird, and this one is patience. Now let me read this for you. This is the stork. So we have a stork, a dove, a bluebell, a bluebird. Purity. Patience. Here we go. So this says dense fog. Sounds like fun. Water represents our emotions, our feelings, our subconscious, and our nocturnal dreams. When the water becomes condensed as fog, we can't see clearly. And this is that energy, right? That's that Neptune throwing a wrench in the energy. Thus, it condenses water. Fog occurs when the air is cooled to the point at which it cannot hold all the water vapor it contains. Thus, it condenses water vapor where it is suspended in the air as fog. We can't see what's ahead, and things that look one way in the fog will look another way in the light. However, when you can't perceive what's on the horizon in life, your imagination can surge forward and your sixth sense can be ignited. Now, the sacred landscape here wants you to know, in dense fog, it's best to be quiet and still. For now, don't go forward, wait. It's hard to see what lies ahead, and things may not be as they seem, right? That's this kind of energy here. Things that seem one way may in fact be completely different. Be patient, the truth will emerge. In this state of obscured visibility, your imagination and intuition can be sparked. If you can wait long enough, your dreams and inner yearnings can come to fruition. Listen to your intuition and pay attention to those seemingly random thoughts. Okay, cool. So, this is really about, like we said, like seeing things or having the wisdom to know that perhaps all is not as it seems, particularly because Mercury is still going through its shadow phase. It hasn't finished its transit, and that things will be revealed to you, like they are with these birds, in due time. And so in the meantime, it's important to be careful of the situations that you project, and to really just tune into your own senses about what's going on. Like I had a very clear, like I could just sense in one situation that there was a really big shift of energy 2 days ago. And so it's like, okay, well, I had kind of thought it was this way, but maybe it's changing, or maybe something else is, or maybe like more information will come out. So really tuning into your own states to be able to, put together the pieces of that story as we wait for it to emerge. Can I get beginning and ending energy, please? Too many. Okay, one more. I'll take this one. Okay, what do we have here? So we have this flying card in reverse here, and then we end up with the One Ring Circus. Let me just read these real quick, because this one in the reverse. When you see the flying card reverse, it's a gentle, okay, so basically all the same messages. Gentle reminder that there are times to take flight and times to remain grounded. And for now, you must avoid overreaching. There is still work to be done before you earn your wings, right? And so this theme of wings and birds and stuff communications flying towards you is prevalent. Be patient. What you seek will not be out of reach forever. Remember the story of Icarus in Greek mythology, whose wax-made wings and overconfidence brought him too close to the sun. He perished because he didn't realize his limitations. Humility is a great power, and now you must exercise it. Doing too much too fast, too soon, only serves to prevent a beautiful flight later on. And I kind of feel like, on top of like the moon energy that we very clearly have here, and then that square to the square to Neptune, but also the Venus square Saturn. This is also this kind of like poking a hole, or poking the wound, is that Mars conjunct Chiron. It's almost challenging you to, given that, like, here's a wound that you've been suffering since childhood. I'm going to poke it again to see how you react and see how if you've learned the lesson, and if you're owning it. You see, she has that star in her hands there. Or if you fall into a place where, old habits, where you're kind of like stuck in a drama cycle. And this person, the One Ring Circus, talks about really being the author of your own situation, right? So it's like, in Italian, they have a saying where it's like, you wrote the song, you sang the song, and you play the song all by yourself. It's like you're in control of how this plays out. And so if a situation comes up or is, brought up, and it's going to be a deep-seated emotional feeling, right? And a painful one at that, because it really takes us back to this broken inner child. The question is, how do you deal with that? And how are you going to face it? And what it's, given the also this patience thing, like I said, the sabian for the moon was the bluebird bringing good information. So it seems that there's something very good on the horizon, or something good that's going to come out of it. But if we fall into sort of like a dark place where we believe the worst, then that's going to be our entire perspective. And that's not where we want to be right now. It's like, if things aren't working out right this second, hang on. Doesn't mean they're not going to work out at all, All right, there it is. 3 of Wands, waiting to see what comes to us, right? 2 more cards, please, for the week of June 12th. Or 3 more cards. All right, what do we have here? Okay, so Queen of Swords, right? Very objective, a little bit on the defensive, but inner power. King of Pentacles, and this King of Pentacles keeps showing up again and again. And then 4 of Wands, right? So these are frequently a couple, right? A very discerning woman and a well-to-do man, or energies, very discerning feminine energy, very content, stable, solid, grounded, masculine energy. As you can see, there's no emotions here, right? There's no cups. Except this is like the only sort of really emotional card here. And so it tells me that a lot of this is playing out, in our mind, in our passion, in everything else. But it's also how we respond to the emotion. So we have this 3 of Cups here. 3 of Wands. We're waiting to see what happens. And then it's like, if you stay in this energy, this balanced energy of a discerning feminine energy and a grounded masculine energy, right? So not being overly emotional, really being of the earth right now, clear in your mind and in your thinking, where it's like, I'm open, I'm listening, but also no bullshit. And this dude's like, I'm good. I got everything I need. Like coming from this place, this balanced place, what ends up happening is the 3 moves to the 4. And what you're waiting for comes in a way that's maybe even better than you expected. Like this is a happy celebration, a homecoming. It's the achievement of what this guy's waiting to see. So things turn out the right way, right? Or the way he hoped. But there's none of that, there's no like 4 of Cups or 5 of Cups or any of this, which is very much this energy, right? This energy of feeling destitute. So it's really about stepping out of this space and into this space, right? If you were the most powerful, grounded, analytical version of yourself, right, who had healed all of these things, how would you be facing this moment of waiting, right? What are the stories you would be telling yourself about what's coming to you? Would you be saying like, oh, I'm never going to get anything, I'm not going to deserve it, blah, blah, blah? Or do you think these people, like how would these energies reason over this waiting period? Probably in a very objective and centered way, because he's not missing anything. He's got everything he needs, right? She's in a position of mental power. She knows exactly, like, I will listen to you, but I will also cut a bitch off. So, this guy with these energies doesn't end up here. He ends up here because it's just a question of time, right? It's kind of like that Pinterest thing, like, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? And so to really be careful about slipping, because this is like the odd man out, the like one of these kids is doing their own thing. Everything else tells a really nice story of movement forward, development. It's like, it's just a matter of time. They're coming to you. The things are coming to you. It is flying to you. It's on its way. The stork is the harbinger of new birth, new life. So why is this in the challenge? Well, that's the wound that's going to come up to be healed. And you heal it by staying in this space. Okay, so I want to use this moon deck just because I have it, to see what advice for this current moon. Like, I think I'll use it on the new moons and the full moons. It's also a super moon, this one coming up. So expect bloating. And then remember, we're also moving into Cancer season. So you want to make sure you have your feels under wrap right now before that comes in. Okay, so I get 3 cards here. The first is first quarter moon in Libra, keep your heart open, right? And that to me echoes this Queen of Swords. Then we have this new moon in Capricorn, step up and lead, right? And that to me talks about this guy. And then the last one we have here is first quarter moon in Virgo, assess the situation, right? Virgo is very analytic. And once again, there's no cups, right? Earth, wind, same as these two. So it's like really embracing this energy. Be the union of these two people. Analyze your feelings, or process your feelings, your situations from this place and not from this place. All right, cool. I think we're good as far as advice. Seems pretty clear. Wishing you a lovely week, and I will talk to you next time. I'm actually moving to the beach tomorrow, so I will have not as many decks with me when I go there, but I will see you again next Saturday. Take care.